Welcome to the Happy Hour with Jamie Ivey podcast. I'm your host, Jamie, and I am so excited that you're here. If you're a regular listener, you can tell that the music is a little bit different, and this is Christmas music. This episode is all about Christmas, and the music you're listening to is from one of my favorite albums called A Day of Glory, and you can get that on iTunes from Austin Stone Worship. But today, you are listening to episode number 63, and it's different. It's about Christmas. Today is what I have been looking forward to for a while, and that is my Christmas special. Every year, I write a blog post where I encourage people to shop for Christmas gifts in places that make a difference. Small businesses, ethically made products, products that give back, etc. I really think we should put our money where it makes a difference. Our purchases really do matter. Today, my friend Jen Hatmaker joins me, and we're going to share 21 different stores and businesses that we think that you should do some of your Christmas shopping with. They're all different, and they have so many amazing different products that you're going to want to head over and at least check out their websites and check them out. Guys, while you're listening, don't worry that you can't write it down. You might hear something you love. Just listen, enjoy the conversation, and then head over to jamieivey.com to get all of the info on every company that we mentioned. You're going to see a picture of the product. You're going to see the discounts that they might be offering, coupon codes, etc. Also, in the next week, I'm going to be giving away tons of stuff over on Instagram. So make sure that you're following me to get all of the goodness there. And my Instagram is at Jamie Ivey. But don't worry, this is like a regular happy hour as well. Not only do Jen and I talk about all of this Christmas stuff, but we also talk about Advent, Elf on the Shelf, Parenthood that she just binged, and her time at the CMAs, because I'm sure you saw that she got to be a guest at the Country Music Awards. So it's a really great fun happy hour with my friend Jen. It's the third time she's been on. I'm starting to think she's a regular guest. But guys, I also want to say, if you like the show, would you really think about leaving a comment or a rating over on iTunes? What that does, besides just making me know that you like the show, it helps people find the show better. So when people are searching through iTunes, the ratings and reviews, that help. I want to say thank you to Bree Key. She said an amazing podcast. Bree, amazing. Thank you. I can't thank you enough for interviews that share truth, make me laugh, make me cry, inspire me, and simply keep it real. My job requires me to drive all day, and I'm so excited to start my day and end my day with your podcast. Thank you so much for doing what you do and sharing it with us. Thank you so much. Everything she said that it makes her do is what I want it to do. Make you laugh, share truth, make you cry, inspire me, and simply keep it real. That's what we do around here. We're simply keeping it real. Okay, guys, we're going to jump into the show. Here is my friend Jen and I talking about all things happy hour plus all things Christmas. Enjoy. Hey, Jen, welcome to the happy hour.
Yay, it's my third time. I'm so excited.
This is your third time. Now, can I tell you that when I dreamed about having a podcast, first I thought, I'm going to find a co-host and it's going to be like a two-man show. Just like a Kelly and Regis type of thing.
Okay.
But then I thought, well, what if like somebody doesn't like one of us, or we get tired of each other, or we have nothing to say? But I have to say, you've been here 3 times.
Yeah, I know. I don't think people are tired of us. At least they don't tell us.
No, it's like the Jamie and Jen happy hour every 50 episodes.
It's awesome. And then you came and did the For the Love online book club with me too. So we just have a thing going. That's clear.
Which the For the Love book club, I thought about it. I thought about you last night. Okay, so you already told me this on a text, but I'm just going to rehash it. I have a 6th grade boy who 1 minute he loves me and the next minute he looks at me like he could kill me.
It's just hard times.
And then in 30 seconds, it's like he snaps out, okay? So I texted the Supper Club girls and you said, do not get on that roller coaster with him.
That's right.
And I remember we talked about that on the book club and I thought, this is true. Like, I don't have to get on the roller coaster.
Nope. You say, hey, you know what? I'm not enjoying this conversation. Why don't you go to your room? I'm going to have a glass of wine, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, Felicia. It's fine. They come out later, and they're over. They're just weird in 6th grade.
And
they're so wonky.
What I need to understand, and I'm hearing you tell me this, is I don't need to take it personally because in 15 minutes, he's different.
Yeah, and it's not about you.
It's
really
not about me.
His weird head and his weird feelings. And I'm just telling you, 6th or 8th grade, you remember it. What a nightmare, right?
Yes.
Remember being inside your brain all the time and how confusing and terrifying everything felt. So I'm just like, you know what? This is not my problem, and I am not going to get on the crazy train with you.
But I am taking your advice, and that in 8th grade, after 8th grade, we're going to feel better.
You are, I promise you. I find high school like so fun and delightful, and I mean, not always, gosh.
For sure.
It's like a real family, but they're just kind of pushing through that extremely weird early adolescence and getting kind of into themselves a little bit more. But I'm telling you, that like, I can't stand you, Mom, you're so dumb thing that happens in middle school. I'm like, no, you didn't. You did
Oh,
not with the
and my
flies.
family's like yours though. As soon as Caden gets through this, I got 2 more coming up.
Serious.
And then as soon as they get through, 1 more. So this is just our life.
It really is. This is the next 10 years.
Okay, Jen, last time we chatted, you were binging Gilmore Girls.
Yeah,
And
I
I
was.
have to say, I never did it.
Okay.
But then I noticed from afar that you went through 87 seasons of Parenthood in about 2.5 days.
Yeah, that is how it felt.
You binge Parenthood like I've never seen a binge because you cannot stop watching that show, can you?
I was committed like an Olympian. I mean,
You were at the training facilities of the Bravermans.
I was going for gold. And it's funny, Gilmore took me months. It took me about 5 months to watch Gilmore, and I felt like it lasted forever. And it was also 7 seasons, and Parenthood was 6. But Parenthood is like crack cocaine. I mean, I really sincerely could not quit watching it. And Brandon was watching it with me, and that helped.
Yes, yes.
And so we could sort of power through like a power couple. And it was so amazing. It was so amazing. I will tell you how amazing it is that yesterday, my friend Sam, and I'm going to post this up in shortly, but she does lettering, like really beautiful lettering. And she lettered in my front hallway, right by my front door, the whole theme song by Bob Dylan. Both verses, like from ceiling to floor. You know, I have 12-foot ceilings.
Yes.
And like the most beautiful lettering. That's how committed I was. Gold medal champion, Parenthood watcher.
Okay, you know who wrote that song, don't you?
Bob Dylan.
Oh, but who covered it? I'm a dork. Who covered it recently?
May God bless and keep you always. Who covered
never mind.
it?
Skip that.
Okay.
So you have the whole thing written in your door. That's amazing.
Wait till you see it. You're gonna love it.
I cannot wait. And then you'll think of Bob Dylan, but you also think of the Bravermans.
I will forever think of the Bravermans and the best finale to any series I've ever seen in my life. And just all of them. Oh my gosh. Well, I think we're going to talk about it. But I was at the CMAs 2 days ago.
Hello.
And I'm so sorry. Julia Braverman was a presenter. I don't know what her actual name is.
I don't either.
Julia
but
Braverman.
she's in a new show coming up. That's probably why they had her there. Okay, well, I have to ask you this because I always find this. Well, first of all, the Bravermans and Parenthood, having a lot of kids, I dream and hope that my kids still come home like that and that it's a safe place and that no matter how much we hate each other, we still love each other.
Totally.
Do you see yourself in one of the characters more than any of the others?
Yes. See, it's funny. Like, we could talk about Parenthood for an hour. I'm serious.
I know.
Brand and I have talked about this, that because it resonates with so many of us. I mean, everybody loves Parenthood, like universally. And I think we all sort of came to it. I came to it like watching it through the lens as one of the grown kids because I am the oldest of 4 kids also. And we're all adults and we're close to our parents. And Zeke reminds me of my dad. And so I was constantly thinking, I was identifying like that. And so ironically, I feel like I identify a little bit with Adam Braverman because he's the oldest and I'm the oldest and he's kind of squared away and sort of does things in order kind of by the book. And that's a little bit how I am too. I mean, it doesn't seem like it, but I do a lot of things sort of orderly and by the book. And that he kind of is the leader of the kids that are all grown. And I'm sometimes the leader of the kids who are grown. So I feel like Adam a lot, but I loved Adam and Christina.
It's just such a great show. It's such a great show. Okay, we could talk about Parenthood for a whole hour, but that's not why we're here today.
That's some fun stuff.
We are here today because we're going to talk about Christmas. And next week is Thanksgiving, and I personally like to have all my Christmas shopping done. I just saw something from your friend and my friend Glennon where she starts to have all her shopping done before December 1st.
Isn't that brilliant?
That's brilliant and amazing and wonderful. And so also, the reason I wanted to do this show, and the reason I even asked you to do this, because I know this is important to you as well. Every year I try to blog about, and you do the same, where should you spend your money? Because do you know how easy it is to go into, I'm not going to name a store because I like this place, and I don't want to throw it under the bus, but a big store, and just spend all your money on scarves and socks and purses and makeup, and you don't even know where it goes or where it was made or whatever. And so what if we did it differently?
Yep.
What if we put our money where it matters? What if we put our money towards small businesses, women making stuff out of their homes, ethically made stuff that we know it's ethically made, stuff that gives back. So that's what we're doing today.
I love it.
And you love this.
You know, totally. I mean, we might as well. It's kind of like the gift that gives twice, right? We get to give something beautiful and interesting and creative to somebody that we love, but then we're also giving to the artisan, to the craftsman, to the small business owner, to the vulnerable co-op. I love it. I mean, this is just the way to do Christmas right here.
Love it all. Okay, so I'm going to tell everyone a few things before you get going. Jen and I are going to run through about 20 different places for you to buy gifts, and that seems a lot and it seems overwhelming, but I wanted to give you a good variety. But I want you to hear me say this. Do not get in a wreck. Do not fall off your treadmill. Do not stop what you're doing to write this stuff down. I'm going to do all the work for you. It's going to be all up at jamieivey.com. And a lot of these places, Jen, this is really cool, are doing Instagram giveaways. And so we're going to have all of that up in the next week. A lot of them have discount. This is just a lot of fun.
Okay, so that's great. It's all going to be on your website. Nobody has to be taking copious notes. You're going to have it all for them.
Nobody has to take notes, but we're going to talk to you about it. Okay, and then when we're done with this, we may not get all that. You're going to have to come back because we need to talk about CMAs. I need to tell you about the new show I'm binge watching that I cannot stop.
Yeah, totally. Because I want to talk to you about that too.
Yeah.
We just might need a show number 4.
Exactly. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I kind of labeled these things in different areas, which some of them kind of overlap, but let's just start going. First is this company that I've known about for a couple of years called Tabletop Truths. What it is they are placemats, but the placemats are just not just placemats. They're for your kids and they're all about Jesus. Can I tell you that we've had these in our house for a couple of years, and we have had conversations about like the word sovereignty because it's written on one of them. Omnipresence, all of these things, but they also have some really cute Christmas ones. Did you see them?
They're darling. They're darling. They sent me a few too, and they're cute to look at too. They're not just crappy. They're like whimsical and they're artistic and they're colorful. Like your kids will enjoy just looking at them.
Yes.
But yeah, they're all super deliberate. That's what I noticed. Really intentional. It's not just, hey, let's just slap a bunch of garbage on here and put Jesus on it and call it a day.
Yes.
Like it's kind of systematic with like really intentional words. Anyway, fantastic talking tool.
That's a great point. Fantastic talking tool because a lot of talking happens around the table, for sure. And I've given these as gift for like nieces and nephews. I'm going to say probably both of our ages of kids are a little too old for these.
Right.
But again, we've had these for years in our home, and my kids loved them when they were little. These are perfect gifts for little kids.
Yep.
Okay. And there's a discount. I'm not going to tell you about the discounts for either one or the Instagram. We're going to have to just find that. Okay. Next thing, Jen. Have you ever seen these before now, this Val Marie paper journals?
I hadn't seen them until they came to my doorstep, and they're so lovely.
Okay, well, I want you to know that she told me that reading parts of your story have inspired her.
Oh, no way.
Yes, I know. Oh. And she also told me that she's been a little busy these days because Emily Maynard, you don't watch The Bachelor, do you?
No, I did, but I don't. But I know who Emily is.
That she recently tweeted about him, so she's been pretty busy. But anyhow,
oh, good for her.
These prayer journals are super simple journals. Like I know you got to touch it and hold it, and they're really like a great price point. They're like $15.
Yep.
And they have all different kinds.
Yeah, like super specific, like a pregnancy journal and a gratitude journal and a journal for men. I mean, it's all like really specific stuff, and they're so pretty to look at and kind of textural. It almost looks like a brown paper bag.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It really does. And I like how you said that there's one for everyone. I thought about giving these as teacher gifts.
Great idea.
Great idea for teacher gifts. So Val Marie Paper is such a great organization. And so each month they choose a different nonprofit and donate 50 cents for every journal sold to that cause.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, that really adds up. We've seen that 1,000 times. I mean, you're thinking 50 cents, but over the course of all the journals sold, that really is a pile of cash to give away. It's awesome.
It is a pile of cash, that is for sure. I've had one of these for a while, and I have the prayer one, and it's just a really great little asset to your prayer life. Next, signs. Okay, you just told us that you have like something painted calligraphy on your wall. This is like a new thing. These really like handwritten things. Wouldn't you say that?
Yeah, I think it's just really on trend right now, and there's something really textural about it and homemade and handmade, which I love that. I don't, we don't always want all of our stuff to look like we just went and bought it at the box store.
Exactly.
We want it to look custom a little bit. And I think that's what these like really beautiful lettering and prints do for our homes.
I notice if I go into some big stores, they have a lot of the stuff that looks like this, but once again, it was mass produced. Who knows where? And so I want to tell you about two different people coming up just now that actually make signs like this that you're not going to get mass produced, but they're actually like in their homes making them.
Yeah, they're hand painted.
Yeah, the first
hand lettered.
Yes, the first one is from Signs of Abundant Life, and she's actually in Austin here. There you go. I didn't know if you knew that, but she's in Austin, and she makes really cute signs. And my favorite one that I want you to go look at when you go check out her site are these little blocks that hold like 1 or 2 letter words. Mm-hmm. Because those are really, really cute, like up on a mantle or something like that. Are you the kind of person that picks a word each year?
I don't do that.
Me neither.
But okay, well, see, but it could be good for the word people.
I was going to say a lot of people do.
Words. I mean, you and I both do all of our work in words. That is our currency. And so to me, words matter, and I love putting them on my walls, and I love putting them in my home. I just feel like I kind of speak it into existence with this sort of art, which is why I love this kind of stuff.
I do too. And also, there's so many companies out there that do like scripture on paintings, and that I think that is really, really cool. I put something in Story's room with like scripture on it, and I'm like, may the word of God cover you as you sleep.
Amen.
And turn you into someone that loves Jesus a whole lot. Okay, so that is Signs of Abundant Life. And they just do really, really cute stuff. And that is sincerely all homemade by this woman in her house.
Yeah, I love that.
I love that as well. Okay, Field Treasure Design. I was in South Carolina a couple of weeks ago, and I met the people that do all this stuff, okay? So I know. It's the cutest little couple. They work for Pine Cove for real in their jobs. Yeah. And then they make stuff. And Jen, they make like pallet clocks.
Oh.
They make like wood signs with like the state that you live in on it. Like, I guess more people than people in Texas buy stuff with their state on it. I just thought Texas people did that.
Totally.
But if you live in Illinois, like they can do that for you.
Yeah.
They hand pour candles. Like I didn't know how candles were made. I thought you just bought them in the store. No, people make them.
And that's just so special. I mean, I have such a tender spot for all this handmade work. It's made with love. It's made with such care. The price point on this stuff is so great for gifts. I mean, and plus it's just so cute to look at and beautiful to look at. I mean, we're talking like, $14 to $30 on some of this stuff. And so people would love this.
Yeah, and I realize that a lot of people that listen to my show are women. I realize all the people that listen to my show are women. But this right here has a lot of great stuff for men as well. I would say that as well. If you're looking, most of the things that we're going to talk about today probably relate more to women. But this one has great stuff for men.
Yeah, great. I'm always looking for that. Let's note on this whole podcast when there's man stuff.
Yes. Do you make things, Jen?
You know that I don't.
Okay, I just wanted to ask so everyone else can know. I don't either. And so every year for Christmas, the band, our little Aaron's band, we have Christmas party. And the rule is we bring we do the gift exchange, but it has to be homemade.
Oh, I love that. I love that idea. And I'm telling you, I'm not a big crafter, but in the rare instances that I get locked into some project, I get tricked into it somehow, I always enjoy it.
Which you used to be a scrapbooker, so you have it in you.
I do have it in me. It's gone dormant. But like as a gift receiver, I love getting something that's handmade. That to me makes me feel special. It feels so thoughtful. It feels really intentional, like just for me. And so I love to definitely, if I don't make it myself, I pull from sort of some of these companies that we're featuring today that they make it homemade.
That's what I was going to say. The first year I made a wreath, and it took me 16 times the amount of time it would make a wreath maker to make it. And then last year I bought from people that had made it.
That counts.
Because, just don't have all the time in the world.
No, we really don't. Life is short.
That life is so short. Okay, here's the next company. It's called Thirsty Hearts Design. And Thirsty Hearts Design, I had not heard of them before this, but she sent me some of their stuff, and I think you got some as well.
Yes.
Cute, cute, cute.
Totally.
I mean, once again, that hand lettering.
Yes.
I can't do it, and it is so beautiful.
I know. Those of you who love ornaments, you're going to love Thirsty Hearts has these wood ornaments. They look like they've kind of been just shaved right off of a tree trunk.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, and then she hand letters these beautiful words: grace, peace, Noel, joy into them. They're so pretty. I'm thinking, like, for me, they're only $5, you guys.
Right.
I mean, we do an ornament every year for everybody in the family. Do you do that?
We used to. Oh, I
Okay.
need to do it again.
Well, I forgot last year, so
Okay.
but I always like all the ornaments to kind of match, so we all kind of get the same. So I'm going to get those this year for our family. They're so darling.
They're so cute. They really are. And that's an easy gift. A lot of people do ornament exchanges, like parties, you know?
Yep, exactly.
And then, once again, all of the prints that she has, that hand lettering that you just cannot beat.
Yep, I agree. Her stuff is really pretty. You're going to enjoy her website.
You're really going to like. I know. I just wanted to look around the whole time. And note cards and mugs, all kinds of fun stuff. Okay, I have to ask you this, Jen, and I think I know the answer as well. Elf on the Shelf.
Oh, yeah. What's my position? Mm-hmm. So listen, I'm not judgmental about
that's what I'm
this.
saying. We're not going to, who cares?
Like, I'm seriously not.
For the Hatmakers.
Everybody, you just do you for Christmas. Christmas has so many, like, tradition options. So for us, we don't do a big Santa thing. And by a big Santa thing, I mean we don't do Santa. And so, therefore, we don't do elves. And so
Have you ever done Santa with your kids?
Yes.
Okay.
I did Santa when my kids were younger. And then when Ben and Remy came 4 years ago, all my big kids had outgrown Santa. And we just decided that Christmas in America was confusing enough for two brand new Americans from Ethiopia who barely spoke English. And we just were not going to bog it down with like kind of a scary elf. So is that anyways?
I mean, we've never done Santa.
Right.
I don't want to over spiritualize this at all, because plenty of my friends do Santa. Hello, I love
Same.
it. Ho ho ho.
Same here.
So fun.
Right.
But I was kind of like you a little bit, where I was like, I just need it to be more about Jesus, almost more for me than the kids. Like,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Totally.
And so we've never done Santa. The reason I don't do Elf on the Shelf is because I can't remember to change, like, my hair. I can't remember to wash my hair every day.
you.
How can I remember to change the elf? So people
Oh my
that do this, I'm like, I love following along. I wish I could show up at your house and look for it. I can't do it.
Oh my gosh. I would remember to change that elf approximately 4 days in December.
Yes.
So all
yes.
it would be for my children would be a crushing disappointment.
Oh, okay. So December is just like you. I like what you said. Find what you can do
Yeah.
and do it. Because what I tend to do is try to do everything, and then I do none of it well.
Yeah, that's exactly me too. So we pare it down to things that make us feel really happy, and that I don't want to feel stressed. If some Christmas thing is making me feel like anxious and stressed out about it and behind, I'm like, wait a minute, I think I'm doing this wrong. So
Yes.
it does not have to be everything. Exactly. You can pick just a handful of really meaningful things. We've got a couple of things to talk about, like,
Yeah.
to that end, a
Yeah.
couple of really great vendors.
I know. I think about when my kids were really little, especially how many arguments either Aaron and I got in, or I yelled at the kids during the Advent reading. I'm like, you know what? Sit down. I'm telling you about Jesus.
We got in so many fights during
Yes.
Advent reading because my kids would not be reverent like I expected them to be.
This
They
is
acted
the
like just
holy
actual
word.
kids.
Exactly. I told our children's pastor the other day, I said, hey, can we come out with the Advent reading for families that's just like 7 times? Like, that's just 7. I can't do 25.
Totally. We have this whole joke in my family because we sort of do the little Advent calendar with we string it across. And when I say sort of, I mean sort of, like maybe half. And my kids are like, Mom, honestly, why do you try it? I'm like, listen, I have never done something for 25 straight days in my entire life.
No.
So this is the best I can do, which is about 16.
Hey, what do you say? Good enough. Like, what do you say?
Good enough.
Good
That's
enough.
right.
We're
Good
gonna
enough.
just do good enough.
Good
Okay.
enough is good enough for all of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Onward.
here's this next company. All that to say, this is the cutest little thing I've seen in a long time. It's called Star from Afar.
Yes. So clever.
It's so clever. And this mom literally created this kind of from the Elf on the Shelf tradition. She liked the what it was, like the activity of it, but she wanted to bring it more towards Jesus. And so it's this cute little, I mean, it's beautifully packaged. And the products are like wood. And you hide the star somewhere different every day.
Exactly.
And so it's this fun tradition. And then along with hiding it, there's stories to go along with it.
Yeah, it comes with like a book. It's really so wonderful. My kids are probably just a hair north of the age of the target age for this, but when I saw it, I thought, what a great idea, because it kind of keeps sort of the whimsy and the magic of like Elf on the Shelf might bring to a family, which is something to look forward to every morning when you wake up. But it's all Jesus centered, without being cheesy or dorky.
It's yes, I agree.
So I just felt like what a great concept, and families of young kids are going to love this.
I love it so much. And this a mom just made this.
Yep.
She made it a couple years ago, and then started having it developed, and now here what she has. It's so cute. Okay, another crafty person. Man, what I love most about all of this too, Jen, is these people's skills are just like, hey, let's just highlight them.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. These are all creators and creatives. They're amazing.
So this next company is called Marry Me in Spring. How cute is that?
Oh, it's darling.
Marry Me in Spring was created by Catherine Cotton, which I actually know her. She lives here in Austin too, and she illustrates. And you send her a picture, and then she creates this beautiful illustration of it. And I thought, what a great gift for maybe a newly married couple. Or for your parents, a picture of your whole family.
Yep. She's like, send your wedding day, send the day you have your baby, send families, even like your pet.
Yes.
Or maybe you just bought your first home and it's so cute that you could just freak out, and you send her like a picture of the front of it. And honestly, you never know how these like drawings are going to come out, but these are really pretty.
They're very, very beautiful. And every drawing person has their thing. Well, her drawings, and I don't know how to explain this, and I hope it doesn't come across wrong. Their faces are kind of blank.
Yeah.
But it's like it captivates so much of the picture. I don't know. It's just really, really beautiful.
Yeah, she kind of focuses on like body language and what's happening. And so, yeah, there's no eyes and stuff, but they'll have to go to that website to look at it.
Yeah.
But they're so lovely, and the colors are so pretty, and just a really interesting way to memorialize a special person or a special day or a special moment.
You know, you said the house thing. That gave me an idea. That we're about to move into a new house, and how fun would that be to have a picture of us in front of the house?
I love that idea.
Great idea,
I think that's a great idea. And maybe even get your last house, because you did a lot of good years in that house. You raised your babies in that house.
You know, I've been wanting something to kind of commemorate leaving this house. There we go.
I know. There we
go.
Nailed it. Okay.
Okay, this next is called Purpose Box. Did you ever do? Oh, I'm gonna forget the names now that I'm asking you. You know those things? Oh gosh, Jamie. You know what this is? You pay like a certain dollars and then they send you a box every month, and it has like samples of stuff in it. Did you ever do that?
Is that Birchbox?
Yeah. Did you ever do Birchbox?
I didn't, but I know all about it.
Okay. I did it forever, and now I have enough samples in my bathroom to like start a beauty shop. But I love that. But this girl named Jolie, she took that concept and created Purpose Box. And it's the same concept, but you get full-size items, and all of the items that come in your box do some form of like giving back, some form of like purpose for a purchase with the purchase, something like everything we're talking about. This box carries it all.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, so first of all, you get all this amazing stuff that you can it's almost like a replenishing supply of sweet and meaningful gifts. So if you're kind of a person who gift giving is your love language, like you're constantly giving your teacher a little happy, or your neighbor or your friend, this is like mailed to your doorstep. Really interesting, meaningful gifts that you constantly are getting new ones, and they're full size, so it's not even like a sample.
Right.
It's here's this beautiful whole thing of coffee that is organically grown from such and such a farmer, or just whatever, and then maybe you like end up finding this one vendor or this one product that you love to death, and then you buy 100 of them.
I love that. I love what you just said. Like if you're a gift giver, this is a great thing to get.
It sure is. I mean, here's your gifts to give away this month.
Exactly.
You're going to make 8 people happy.
How fun is that? I recently bought one of these for myself, and I kind of did the same thing. I put a couple things away from me, and then a couple things in my gift box, because I have a gift box that I just keep stuff in to give away. So this is super, super. And once again, I'm telling you, this is a woman in our house who started this company.
Yeah, women are amazing.
Women are amazing. And there's a gift. We want to showcase men's stuff. That's not just all for women in there. So you're going to get all kinds of different
totally.
stuff. Okay, let's move on to clothes.
Yep.
Clothes, clothes, clothes. Okay, so this first company, I found out about them last year called Persimmon Prints.
Mhm.
Persimmon Prints. And they, this girl that started, once again, a woman started this company because she wanted us to realize that where we're spending our money on clothing really makes a difference.
Yeah.
And I'll be the first to admit that I'm kind of slowly learning this. Like, this is a new thing for me because it's really a lot easier to run to Target to get a new shirt or outfit or whatever
100%.
than to like consciously think about it. Do you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? This
It
is a
is.
new thing for me.
I think that the clothing supply chain it just takes work. It
Yes.
just takes like a lot of intentional work to sort of dig around and trace it all the way back to its roots. And so when you find a company like Persimmon, you have 100% confidence in it. You can keep going back to that well. You just put it in this bank of vendors that you can trust and that you know their supply chain is ethical and it's healthy. And plus this wrap that she has is just so cute and fashion forward.
Yeah.
The strength and dignity wrap, it's got some hand lettering
Yes.
on it, which I know that sounds like, where does the lettering go? But you just have to see it. You have to go to the website and see it. It's really pretty.
It's super cute. And I wore it the other day, and honestly, this is gonna sound so weirdo when I say this out loud because it sounds weird. But this wrap that Jen's particularly talking about is raising funds for a mission in Uganda. It's going through all of this kind of stuff. But I wore it yesterday on my trip to the jail. I go to the jail once a week and minister to the same women. And on my shirt, I know it sounds cheesy, were the words strength and dignity.
Yeah.
And literally, I found myself in the middle of there thinking, I want that for these women. And I
Yes.
have it written on this cardigan. And I don't know, it was a really sweet moment for me. And I'm not just saying that because the shirt, I loved having that on my shirt. So,
yes, I
super
love
cool.
that. I mean, it's like what I said earlier. We deal in words and we think words are powerful. And so whether we put them on our walls or we put them on our bodies, we put them on our cardigans, it's just like, it's kind of wrapping ourselves and our families in these words that matter and that kind of lead us to God and lead us to people well. And
Yeah.
you know what else she has that I really love are the Advent cards.
Yes.
This was one of my favorite things to talk about today. I told you I try so hard to do Advent. I just mean well.
It's so hard.
So many of the Advent things to me are too hard. It's too much stuff. Like, it's this humongous activity to do every single day.
Right.
Well, hello, that is never going to happen. And so these are way more simple, but they're so pretty. They're hand painted, and then so it's got the picture on the front and the scripture and a little bit of a talking point on the back. So it's just for busy families. It's actually can be done. It's possible. And then you sort of string them along a clothesline.
And they're beautiful.
They're so beautiful. Yes, we are 100% using those this year.
This is like art in your house.
Yep.
And the cool thing about it, because you said it's so simple, and there really is like one question to ask, Jen. I mean,
Yeah,
we can
exactly.
do this over dinner. She went through the song Joy to the World, and it kind of goes through that, which is just, they're really cute. I cannot wait
Oh yeah.
for people to see those.
Yeah, me too. And they're only $30. I mean, it's a great price point to have such a beautiful, handmade, meaningful activity and for Advent to put into your home.
And then, need I say this, if you want to do something different for Advent next year, these are beautiful to frame. I mean, they're that pretty.
Oh yeah, they absolutely are. In fact, she even said you could use them either like you could frame them, make a wall out of them. You can use them as ornaments.
Oh yeah.
You can do sort of all sorts of stuff with them. Use them like a bunting. You know how people do bunting? That's a thing.
People do. I'm thinking to myself, everyone listening that's crafty can think of 1,000 things to do with these. I can
Totally.
think of just like put them on some clothespins. That's as far as my brain
That's all
goes.
I have. Me too.
Oh, okay. The next clothing thing that we have two more, is a brand called Lularoe. And I know about this because one of my best girlfriends started selling it this year. And this company started by a mom who literally wanted some fashionable but not revealing. She wanted some modest clothing for her girls. And so this mom created this company. And now it's a bigger business, but it's a small business because my girlfriend sells it. But they just have some of the most comfortable, stylish, cute clothes I've seen in a really long time.
It's like almost all knit.
Yes.
There's so many cute pictures of you in her clothes. Like that little kind of bright greeny yellow dress.
Oh my gosh.
so cute.
Yes, yes.
It's all like real sort of fashion forward in terms of prints and fabrics, but all stretchy, all comfy, all breathable, like the way we need to live our lives.
Thank you. The way we need to live our lives. Stretchy, comfy, and breathable. And a lot of the dresses have pockets. And I know that seems like a weird thing to point out, but I love pockets in dresses.
Totally. Do you know that they make wedding dresses with pockets now?
Oh my gosh.
I'm so serious. I'm like, where was that in 1993?
There were no pockets anywhere. No.
No, exactly.
Oh my word. And I will have to say, I bought my first pair of tights from this company. I'm not a tights wearer. I'm not, Aaron doesn't like them. So I don't do them.
That's too bad because you have those great legs. You should be wearing tights.
I know, but I just bought my first pair and now I know why people wear them.
Okay, I'm going to talk to Aaron about this.
It's literally, I bought them. Let me tell you what I did with. I wore them one day. I slept in them and I wore them the next day. I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever had in my entire life.
Girl, yes. You've got to be having those all fall and winter, please.
Oh, so wonderful. Okay, the last clothing thing, but it's also a book thing. And you know this woman, so I'm going to let you tell me about her because I've never actually met her, but it's a company called Ray Swimwear.
This is my new friend, Jessica. Your listeners might know Jessica because she was the pink Power Ranger.
Someone told me that.
Yeah, she was the pink Power Ranger. So like my kids grew up watching that.
That is crazy. I cannot wait to tell my kids that then.
Yeah, exactly. And so anyway, she's got this really great story, but she kind of came to God as a young adult and decided to change kind of the way she was doing her own bathing suits. And so she ended up making this swimsuit line that is, I mean, it's so cute. It's kind of
so
vintagey
cute.
And some of them look sort of old fashioned and something out of the 50s or 60s. I mean, darling stuff.
Yes. And can I tell you, this is great timing for me because 2 years ago I said to myself, why am I still wearing bikinis? Because this body doesn't need to be wearing bikinis. And I know we all need to be proud of what we have and all that kind of stuff. But I just thought, I just don't think that I need to be doing that anymore. Okay. And so, but I still want to be stylish and cute and not constricted. Like I have to like pull my whole bathing suit down to go to the bathroom. And she has some cute bathing suits.
She really does. Like she's really like a little fashionista and she's got a really incredible business mind, but she does a great job too with all of her production. It's all very ethical and sourced ethically and it's made in America. And and just you can feel good putting your own body in these or your daughter's bodies in these are just darling. Yeah. Anyway, and Jessica is precious.
And she has a new book out. It's called Decent Exposure. And I believe that she did some kind of talk that kind of went viral about bathing suits.
A TED Talk, I think, wasn't it?
And so she has this book called Decent Exposure. And it's like a coffee table looking book.
Yeah, it's artistic.
I mean, it's very artistic, very beautiful. But it's all about like women and our bodies. And this would be a really, really great gift for like a young woman.
Yeah, it's empowering and like really the kind of messaging that we want to put in our own ears and everyone's ears.
Right, exactly. Okay, shoes and bags.
Yay.
Shoes and bags. Okay, the first bag company that we have is called Better Life Bags. And this Better Life Bags was started by Rebecca Smith, who's actually been on the Happy Hour. So if you want to hear more about her story, go listen to her episode on the Happy Hour. But she lives in Detroit. And she started this company because she wanted to give women in like inner cities a way to earn a living.
Yes.
And so she does fair wages. It's a for-profit company, so this is a working business. But they are creating jobs for women that would not have jobs.
It's just phenomenal. And I mean, I think if you've seen the Better Life stuff, it's so pretty. It's so great to look at.
It's beautiful.
The bags are gorgeous. They're the kind of bag that you carry, and I promise you 100% somebody will ask you about it every time that you walk out the door.
Yeah, and it'll last forever.
Yeah, they're so great. And I really love that. I'm a big fan of for-profit businesses. I love that they're not relying on donations. They're not relying on charity. It's that they're making a killer product and they're doing it well and they're employing vulnerable people and they're successful. I love that business model. I mean, I think there's just a place to get people on the foothold of sort of earning power and this is it.
I agree.
So, I mean, you got to feel really good about these bags.
I agree 100%. And almost like for-profit people, they're saying, hey, we're making good stuff here. Not that nonprofit people aren't. Don't hear me say that.
Yeah, totally.
But they're just like, we have a business. So Better Life Bags, great stuff.
Yep.
And they're doing a double give back day on Thanksgiving. So next week, 100% of their profits will be given to an effort to create more community and meet more needs of women in Detroit. So,
Oh, I love that.
yeah, great stuff. And they're going to give you free shipping through next week, through the 25th. So, okay, a shoe company, the Root Collective.
I know about this through you.
Yeah, and I'm not sure when I heard about them, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and tell you that I have enjoyed these ballet flats more than another famous company's ballet flats that I have. And I love that other company. I'm wearing some of their shoes right now, so that's not but I'm telling you, these shoes are comfortable, is what I'm saying.
They really, really are. I mean, and okay, I think this just makes me an old person, but not only they're comfortable, first of all, they're beautiful too. The colors are so pretty, the fabrics are gorgeous, but it has this really great, like, no slip.
On the bottom?
Sole, yes.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes the flats that I wear are so slippery on the bottom that I'm like on ice skates. And they're so cute too. They're like the kind of shoes that everybody goes, oh my gosh, where'd you get those?
Right. And they partner with these shoemakers in Guatemala. So it's kind of like I love the partnership model. So they're partnering with these shoemakers, they're paying for their product, and so these are all created right there in Guatemala.
Yep.
And this is Go ahead.
I was just going to say, you can kind of see that in their fabrics.
Yeah.
Because the shoe fabrics are really pretty and kind of vibrant and interesting, and you can sort of see the Guatemalan influence on there.
They're so beautiful. And I wear mine all the time and get asked about them.
Totally.
So, and this is just my thing where I'm trying to like think about where I'm buying my shoes. This is just another opportunity to buy good stuff that makes a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. And in the meantime, you don't have to sacrifice one bit of fashion because they're so great to look at.
Nope. I bought a pair of shoes the other day from another store that I won't say, and I paid $14 for them, and they're so cute, and I can only wear them for about an hour and a half because they hurt my feet so bad.
Yeah, totally.
So there's that. Okay, next, this is another purse company. We have 3 purse companies. This is the second one. It's called Love 41.
Yeah.
Did you know about them before?
Nope, I didn't.
Okay.
I'm newly introduced, and they're amazing.
They are amazing and make beautiful, beautiful purses out of like full grain leather. I'm talking, if you're vegan, you cannot buy these.
That is totally true. And I mean, you're going to love where all this money goes. It goes into Rwanda and tons of it too. It's going back into kids and families and orphan prevention. And it's just really, and wait till you see it. I mean, like they have a fringe purse, like fringe leather that is a showstopper.
It is so beautiful.
It is. And for the price, it looks like, to me, it would be 3 times as expensive as it is.
Yeah, yeah. It's under $100.
Beautiful. Yeah, exactly. Gorgeous.
Yeah, and I don't know what this means, but when they say it's made from full grain leather, it's the toughest part of the cow. That just seems like this purse is going to stand up forever.
Okay, I've never heard that.
I haven't ever heard that either.
Interesting.
I know. But this is just a great company. I mean, and literally it's a great company, not just from the product and where the money goes, but like all of their people, you know, this would be the opposite model of Better Life Bags, which not one is better than the other. But they're just like selling purses and giving everything back to Rwanda. Like the people that are working are like volunteering, and she's like, we are volunteers, but this is beautiful, beautiful product.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love it, love it. Okay, last purse company, Lilly Jade.
Oh, yes.
Okay, you and I both have had separate conversations about this company.
Yes, we have.
Oh, man.
I know, right? So these are like big leather bags, purses that are, first of all, incredibly innovative. The inside of them have, 50 compartments?
For sure.
It's probably best case scenario for like a diaper bag that's the cutest one you've ever seen in your entire life.
But it's not cheesy.
No, I'm carrying it.
I'm carrying mine every day.
Yes, I carry it every day, and maybe those little compartments are supposed to be for bottles and passies, but I use them for powder and lipstick and wallets and coffee, and just it's so cute. I took it to Nashville.
When you went to the CMAs.
I didn't take them to the CMAs.
Right.
It's not a clutch, but it was my travel bag. It'll hold a computer.
Yes, I met one of the creators of this bag a couple months ago, and she said they created them as diaper bags. So there's that. It's this beautiful diaper bag, but their thought was, if you're going to pay a lot of money for a beautiful diaper bag and then you can only use it for 2 years, that's pointless. Is that it transitions well. So then you have two women like Jen and I who are so far away from diapers, it's not even funny. But it's like I can put my computer, all the books I'm reading, my papers, my calendar, everything, and it's good to go.
And it's really, I'm telling you, beautiful. It doesn't look one iota like a diaper bag.
I hate even saying that it's a diaper bag for people like us.
It's true.
Yeah,
it's
because
really not.
It's not, but it is.
It is.
Yeah.
It looks like a really high-end purse.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it's
the
really,
kind of
really
big
beautiful.
kind that you just like loop over your forearm. And I carried it on a trip this week, and I had in it a iPad and 2 books and an enormous thing of water. I had so many snacks because I was afraid I was going to need snacks. It carries everything with so much room to spare. You can't even believe it.
I love it so much.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Lilly Jade.
Lilly Jade. And again, if you missed this in the beginning, do not try to write all this down. I'm going to have it all for you, and I'll tell you where to find it. Okay, the next thing is a place called Vessel Coworking. Okay. And this is a place here in Austin, so I realize this is really specific for our Austin listeners. Huh? But I recently met someone whose husband travels to Austin 3 times a month for work. And so here's this. It's a co-working place. Have you heard of these type of places?
I totally have.
Okay, so it's a co-working place. Literally, people like you and I who do work from home on computers, we can work anywhere. I find myself working at home, in the coffee shop. But here's my dilemma for me. If I work at home, there's always laundry. Yes. There's dishes. If I work at a coffee shop, I can't leave there without spending $15 because I've been there all day. I have to eat breakfast and lunch.
Absolutely.
So now we have these co-working spaces, and I know they're popping up everywhere, but we have one in Austin that is really, really amazing, and they're offering you some discounts to get started on it there.
You make a really good point because it's not a huge expensive fee to be able to go work there 2 times a week. But if you are working in coffee shops 2 times a week, you are absolutely paying for coffee, lunch, breakfast. It adds up over the course of a month. And so this is not a big financial departure, probably for a lot of people. And just to come into a space that feels like an office, I know this because I work from home just like you. And so it wasn't until last year that I've ever had an office. I've always just worked wherever, like on my couch,
coffee table, bed,
table, bed, bathroom.
Yes.
So having a room where you can walk in and it's like, you know what, time to get to work. Yep. My productivity went through the roof. That's what this could do for people who have like a flexible work schedule and they can kind of work remotely. Yeah. I think this is a great idea. I love this for people.
It's great. I'm a member there, but I buy 10 and then just go when I can. But when I go, I write all day. And so totally. It's so much better for me.
Yes, plus all the free coffee and snacks all day.
They're all free.
Yes, that is part of your membership. Yes, so that counts.
Okay, speaking of coffee, there's a coffee company called District Roasters. And we've been drinking District Roasters for a long time. I know a bunch of conferences that when they have conferences, they give you all the coffee you want. It's coming from these guys. And so they are able to give back to ministries and organizations that are already on the ground serving in the countries that they source from. Yes. And they directly partner with producers and farmers. So this is a coffee that you can buy that not only tastes good, but you can be confident of where it came from and what it's doing and all that kind of stuff.
It's just this great circle of production and consumerism. I love it because if they buy it from Ethiopia, then they source it well through Ethiopian farmers, and then some of the profits go back into Ethiopia. And it's just a really great system. Plus, oh my gosh, when you open up your box of your coffee,
the
smell just about makes you want to pass out.
I know.
It's so good.
Yes. So here's a great man gift. It's a great gift for me too. I love coffee. Are you kidding?
Yeah. They have like other stuff too. Like they've got like leather mugs and other stuff that's kind of mannish.
Yes.
And so that's a great gift option.
They also have, and I don't think that they sent us any of this, but I've had it before. This Jack Daniel's coffee.
Oh, what in the world?
Yeah, if you like the taste of whiskey, it's like I don't even know how to describe it or what it is, but it's kind of like infused. Maybe is that the right word?
Kind of like you have vanilla coffee.
Exactly.
Or
yeah.
Brandon Hatmaker might want to have that. I am noting this down.
Whiskey coffee.
Okay,
Okay, let's do jewelry. We have we have four more to go. Three jewelry and
Okay.
then one beauty. This
Great.
company is called One Delightful Button. And I'm a sucker for packaging. I really
Yeah.
am. Like I'm a sucker. And her earrings come on the cutest little package ever, wrapped up so dearly. And once again, these are made by a stay-at-home mom making
Yeah.
earrings.
I know. I just love talking about all these mamas
I
at home,
know.
like using their gifts and their skills and their creativity and just coming up with these amazing companies. These little earrings are precious.
They are precious, and
Uh-huh.
her website is precious. They're really me and you seem to wear big earrings sometimes.
Okay.
We've been
Or
told.
always.
Yeah, we're always. These are really cute and dainty. They're
Uh-huh.
very beautiful. They look like, you know how when you went to the CMAs, you were
Uh-huh.
told you couldn't wear big earrings?
Yep, exactly.
These would have, I'm not saying these would have matched what you're wearing or whatever,
Uh-huh.
but these would have been more like what you would have worn.
Yes, they're like, well, she calls it One Delightful Button, which is not the cutest name ever, but they look
Cutest.
like little buttons, and but
Yes.
they're sparkly and
Mm-hmm.
darling, and you're so right. The packaging is just as creative as the product.
Yeah. And these are great gifts as well. And their price point is amazing. I mean, like
Totally.
$12.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, even if you send it to somebody, you can count on it's going to come cute. It's going to look sweet. The gift is darling. This is a good one to send.
Yeah, yeah, super cute. Good for little girls too, or big girls like your
Yeah.
Sydney or something. Okay, next is a company once again made by a mama, Amanda K Jewelry.
Yeah.
And I love her story because she said she's like going through her grandmother's jewelry box, finding all these pieces, and then she just creates beautiful pieces with vintage jewels.
Yeah, I know, it's so creative. I appreciate her story so much because we did the same thing with my grandma's jewelry. And you don't have to look far to realize, vintage is everywhere.
Right.
Vintage is hot. Vintage is everything. And so she just has a really good skill set to take some of the raw elements of vintage jewelry and rework it into something really modern, even sleek and really interesting and creative. And so for people who like things that are out of the box, like if you don't like to just look like everybody else, this is going to be something you're going to love.
I agree. That's really what sets her apart.
Yeah, this is great for those of you you're an interesting thrift shopper and you put together interesting fashion and you're just like a one of a kind. This is completely your jam.
Love it. Love it. Okay, last jewelry company is someone that you and I are both big fans of, Noonday.
Yeah.
So Noonday is on the happy hour a lot because I just love them. I love Jessica. She's been on the show. You as well. You and Jessica are friends. Love Jessica.
Yep.
You've been on trips with Noonday. So like we're fans of Noonday.
Yeah. All in here.
Oh, we're all in. I really believe in their model. I believe in how they partner with businesses around the world that are already doing stuff. And so what do you love about Noonday, Jen?
Everything.
Yeah, there you go.
I love the model. Again, it's for profit, and they partner with artisan groups in 12 different countries at this point, and it continues to grow as they develop. And those artisan groups have full autonomy. I mean, they are a business. They set their own prices. They set their own rules. And Noonday is really just buying from them. And so it's so empowering. And they almost strictly employ mostly women, but also some men who are vulnerable.
Yeah.
And so, we've seen this with our eyes that the work of Noonday is changing people's lives.
Literally.
And changing communities.
Yeah.
And it's gorge. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful stuff.
Beautiful stuff. And another way that it's changing people is like their model is set up to where they call them ambassadors. And so like my ambassador is Krista. And so she is her own boss essentially.
Yep.
And so she does parties and she sells jewelry. If I need to buy jewelry, I call Krista.
Totally.
And so that they're changing women's lives here as well and empowering them to be business owners basically.
Yeah.
Great.
It's just women everywhere rising up, like
Right.
here in America, all around the world. And then Jessica's just leading this. And Noonday's only 5 years old.
Crazy.
And it is on all these lists, these like business lists.
Wasn't it just like fastest growing company in Austin?
Yeah, just amazing. It's just amazing work. So the thing is, you can just always know that every penny you put toward Noonday is just going to empower.
So they have some really cute gift bundles. Which I think that's fun. And here's what I think about why it's so fun is because you could do two things with it. You could buy a gift bundle and bless someone with a lot of pieces of jewelry. Most of them have, 3 pieces of jewelry in them. Or you could buy that gift bundle and spread it out across your teachers or your
Yep.
sister-in-laws or whatever you needed to do. They just really have some cute stuff they've put together for people.
Absolutely.
And those, I need to let you know, those gift bundles have to be purchased through an ambassador. So if you don't have an ambassador, you can go online and find one. I can give you mine. Jen can give you her, whatever,
Yep. Totally.
But super cute stuff. And they're giving away a gift card as well.
Okay, awesome.
We're fans of Noonday.
Love it.
Okay, last one.
Yay.
Number 21. I think we had 21 things, which is enough places for people to buy gifts from.
It is.
The last place is a company called Beauty Counter. And Beauty Counter is kind of, I would associate with a business model of like, well, not business model, but the way they do stuff. Noonday that we've mentioned, Lularoe, whereas women are actually creating their own small business through this larger company. Makes sense? So Beauty Counter is something that I got on my radar a couple of, maybe a year ago. Once again, trying to find stuff that is good for my body. Along the lines of trying to find clothing that's ethically made, I want to also put stuff in that is not harmful.
Totally.
And so I think you've been on this journey as well, and Beauty Counter is doing that.
They are, and the products are just amazing. For us, this became a real point this year. You know, my mom has been through breast cancer and is still in recovery. And so all of a sudden we're like, wait a minute, like what we put on our bodies actually matters. Like when we put on our skin, it soaks into our bodies. And so we've just kind of been on this journey for a few months of, okay, let's take this just as seriously as what we eat and ingest. And Beauty Counter is so careful about this. I mean, they very, very carefully source every single ingredient that's natural and it's good for us and it's safe. And they've banned all these chemicals out of their product line. So, and then plus just they like the sugar scrub. Have you used that?
I've only used it like at someone's house. I don't personally own it, but I've heard it's amazing.
So amazing. And just the face cream, even just your basic stuff. Like when you just need to lotion your face and your skin, you can trust it.
Yeah, and that's a new thing for me to think about, like how much what goes into our skin actually gets into our body. That's a new thing I'm consciously thinking about these days.
Yes, I know. It was that's like our largest organ.
Yeah,
is our skin.
Which is crazy.
So really does matter what we put on our bodies, and they're amazing products. I've used probably 6 or 8 Beauty Counter products, and I love every one of them.
Yeah, I am slowly like for me, it's not something I can't go through my house and throw everything out and start over. Like that's expensive. But as I empty things out, I'm like replenishing them with things that I know are safe.
Great.
And this company has some great holiday gift sets. I mean, you mentioned the sugar scrub. They've got like this body butter plus sugar scrub set for like $60. Lip gloss collection, hand cream and hand wash, pack of hand cream 5 that you can buy a pack of and just give them to gifts. I mean, just some great stuff.
Totally.
Great stuff. That's a wrap.
Okay. I mean, I basically love everything and I want it all and I want to give it all away.
Right? I know. I am going to make I'm going to make a commitment to try to get all my shopping done by early December. I almost said December 1st, but I don't think that makes me nervous.
Yes, but early December.
Early
like maybe
December.
By the first week of December.
Yes, by the first week of December for sure. That was a fun list. And like I said, everything's on jamieivey.com. Lots of these companies are giving stuff away on Instagram, and it's going to be fun because in the next couple days, I'll have stuff up on Instagram. Follow me at Jamie Ivey. Website, jamieivey.com. Okay, Jen, we have a few more minutes. I'm scratching the 3 favorite things. I'm scratching what you're reading, and all I want to hear about is the CMAs.
Okay. Oh, my gosh.
Tell me quickly the things.
All right. So I went to the CMAs with my friend, Kim Paisley, Brad Paisley's wife. And they're just the dearest.
How did y'all meet them?
Kim is a reader.
And she reads your stuff.
She's a reader. And I was at a MomCon actually a couple of years ago for conference for MOPS convention. And one of her friends came up to me in the book line and said, Jenna, this is probably weird, but my friend wants me to give you her email address. And I was like, oh gosh,
right.
You know. Anyway, it was Kim and we connected and we've been friends ever since. And so she's like, hey, you want to come to CMAs? I'm like, oh, come on. Right. Like, give me a break. Are you serious? And she's like, yeah. So it was so much fun that I just don't even know what to say.
So you described it as like the best prom ever.
It's like the best prom I've ever been to. And it's kind of all the concerts you ever want to see all in one. You know, like everybody, of course, I grew up on country music.
Yeah.
So here I am sitting, I'm with Kim. So our seats are good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, we're like front and center. And I'm an arm's length away from all these people who have sung this over my life since high school. I mean, high school, college, young adulthood, young motherhood. And it was just overwhelming. I'm like, there's Garth and Trisha. I'm freaking out. And then, of course, we got to see that live performance between Justin Timberlake and Chris Stapleton. And I think I almost lost consciousness. I mean,
it was so amazing on TV. Yes. I mean, it was amazing. The whole family, we all stopped and watched, and we couldn't stop.
Oh, I had that sense like I am seeing something really special. Like this is almost like a history-making moment, this collaboration between these two incredibly talented musicians. And so it was just, and you know what else? Sometimes it's fun to get all dressed up.
Yes.
In ways that you just would never. I mean, you know me. Never.
So the red carpet.
I did not love the red carpet.
Is it like you see on TV? Like people just walk, stop, look, smile, walk, smile?
Yes. It was so intimidating, and I did not do it.
Where were you when Kim was doing that?
Hiding. I was hiding. I'm not joking that I skittered around back behind the curtain to get to the end of the red carpet. So I'm like, I am not. That is so scary. And of course, she is just such a pro, and she's so beautiful, and she's done it a million times. And I mean, she just walks straight down like she's just never been uncomfortable day in her life. And I'm down at the end like shaking.
And your shoes.
And the shoes, my heels were so high that it was literally like walking on my tiptoes all night long, like as tippy tip as I could possibly. I couldn't even walk right. Why did I wear those? I have no idea. Anyway, so I'm waiting for her at the end, and she grabs me and pulls me on for the last little section of the red carpet, and my legs were shaking. My legs were shaking, and I was just like, oh, okay, this is the part I don't like. I don't like this part. But once we got into like the show. Country music people are amazing. They're nice and they're loving and everyone's hugging and everyone's genuinely happy for each other and everybody just feels ordinary. Well, not really, but I mean, kind of. I don't know. It's not incredibly ordinary, right. But it was just, I woke up the next morning like I was still floating on a cloud of dreams. Like
did this really happen? Yeah.
Oh, that was so amazing. And of course for me, I love to watch people do what they're good at. Mm-hmm. I just have a thing. So just watching them and they're amazing. Everyone is so immensely talented.
Yeah.
And just getting to see them shine in their space. I was just like, bravo, good for you. I feel like a cheerleader.
So proud.
Yeah, so proud. It was a blast.
Did y'all do any after parties?
You know what? I decided to go ahead and not be the third wheel for Brad and Kim Paisley.
Okay.
I'm like, you know what, you two kids.
Y'all go have fun.
Because Brad was hosting the whole thing. Yeah. So I was her date because he was never, he wasn't available the whole show. So anyways, so they went on and I went back to my hotel room and I'm telling you, I was asleep. I promise you I was asleep in 3 minutes. I was so, like my adrenaline had been like surging for so many hours and it was amazing. It was so fun. I'll never forget it.
Do Carrie Underwood's legs look amazing in person as they do on TV?
It's almost like they're from a mannequin. You're trying to look at them like, what sort of sorcery has got this to this point? And I think the sorcery is called really hard work.
I think she works out a lot. Yeah, I think
so. I think that's how that happens.
She's onto something there.
She is so beautiful. I mean, really, they all are. They all are. They're all just so beautiful to look at. And I had to tell my hands, don't reach out and just touch everybody. That's inappropriate. Don't touch everybody.
Like start petting people.
Yes. And you would appreciate this so much because we're sports girls. We're sports fans. All directly behind us on the row behind us was all the guys from Sports Center. So it's like Kirk Herbstreit.
Yeah.
Hello,
we watch you.
Oh my goodness. And so I kept looking at him like a weirdo.
He was a presenter. They were presenters, weren't they? I think I saw him present.
Exactly. And we were across the aisle from Pentatonics. Do you know who this is?
No.
Jamie, you have got to go look them up when we get off of this. Pentatonics. It's like a cappella group and they're all young. And
country?
No. I can't explain it.
Okay.
They have just made all these amazing waves, and you'll get it when you look at them and listen to their music. You'll be like, wow. They were presented, and they did just a quick, short acapella version of Elvira. And
I heard that on the TV. I saw it.
Yes, so amazing. That's them. They're like all these adorable young people.
Yes, because I was in my bathroom and I heard that song, and I was like, who is singing that?
I know.
Okay, that is so wonderful. Well, it was fun. I saw you on TV, and I was like, oh, there you are.
I know it. Approximately 7,000 people screenshotted that and sent it to me. So I did see I haven't gone back and watched any of it yet, but it was magical life. Just
that's
absolutely
so
magic. It was so much fun. I was so thankful that Kim invited me. And by the way, she would just completely be our friend. Like,
she's just normal.
She's the most normal, and she's funny and goofy and silly and a little bit irreverent like we are.
Yeah.
And she was such a fun date.
That's amazing. Okay. Well,
right.
I love hearing that. Thank you for joining me for the Christmas special. We have just given out some amazing ideas for presents.
Yes.
Thanks for telling me about your CMAs.
Hey.
Can I post that picture on my blog of you and Kim?
Put it up. Put it up. I mean, when am I ever going to look that good again?
Well, whatever. Okay, Jen, love you, friend.
Love you, friend. Okay, bye.
See ya. Bye. Guys, thanks for joining me today on that conversation with Jen as we talked about so many amazing places to buy your Christmas gifts. I'm not kidding. I really want to have my gifts bought before the end of November. Can we all try to do that? And then we can just spend December loving people and enjoying the craziness that are Christmas parties. Anyhow, don't forget, I'm going to, starting today, when you're hearing this, there are going to be giveaways over on Instagram. A lot of these organizations are giving stuff away. So follow me at Jamie Ivey. You'll see all the goodness. Anything we talked about, don't forget, it's going to be up at jamieivey.com. Guys, special thanks to Knox McCoy. He's been editing my shows since about episode number 50. And he has his own podcast. I'm just going to do a little plug for him, and he can't take it out. Knox, don't take this out. Check out his show that he does with Jamie Golden. It's called The Popcast. They're going to crack you up, and they're going to educate you on all pop culture-ness at the same time as they're making you laugh. So thanks to Knox. Next week, my friend Carrie Sowers is joining me, and we chat about mentoring and gardening, and she's just the sweetest thing ever. You're going to want to come back for that. Guys, enjoy your week. Share the show with a girlfriend and have a happy hour with a friend. And while we're going to leave you with this, my kids want to say something to you.
Merry Christmas from the Ivies!
Merry Christmas from us, guys. And it's almost Thanksgiving. And so happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the show. Have a great happy hour. And I will see you next week with my friend Carrie Sowers.